This meeting is being recorded.
Hey guys, how are you? This is Kevin Dunn from Test Football Academy. I am here with Gare Goodmanson, Javon Parker, and Chris Snee. Rich Soibert will be here joining us shortly, but we wanted to get an opportunity to kind of go around the room here and give these guys a chance to say hello to you guys. And as part of this recruiting process, we felt that it was a good opportunity to actually have you guys hear from directly your coaches that would be working with you. Gare, would you like to lead it off?
Sure. My name is Gare Goodmanson. Obviously been a part of Test Football Academy for about 14 years. I was in the first combine class. Excited to be able to continue to grow what we can do for athletes such as yourself, meaning get the best out of them for exactly your process. And then being a part of it on the player side, coming in as a coach, it gives us some insight onto, exactly the mindset of what we need to do from a physical standpoint, from a mental standpoint, to get the best out of you. And that's kind of what it comes down to make the best version of you, and be able to give you the highest grade that we can give, surround you with incredible world-class professionals, doing the things that we've done for 20 plus years in the industry, continuing to improve and wanting to understand each athlete that comes through here and not treating anybody different, making sure that, we bring the best and most efficient program for you to be able to get you through this process. Obviously injury free, but like I said before, the highest draft grade possible. Being able to be with Test Football for 15 years has, we've seen a lot of athletes come through, and have been blessed with a lot of great athletes who put in everything to this process. And that's what it's about, really buying in, because we're taking you out of your comfort zone, because football, that's easy. X's and O's, that's easy. We essentially have to make you track stars. You're gonna, get in tights and run fast, right? We're gonna make sure that you do that to the best of your ability. And we've come up with an incredible system that changes every year, and we continue to bring in world-class professionals to be able to, like I've said, I'll say it over and over, make your program efficient and get the best out of you. So, that being said, I'm just very proud to be a small part of this process, and excited to get started, because Combine's an exciting time for us all here.
Awesome. Appreciate it, G. Coach Javon Parker, we have, this will be our first year kicking it off with you. We've had Skip Fuller kind of being one of the OGs for years. And Skip is kind of at the tail end of his career now, about to ride off into the sunset soon. And we needed another big man to fill some big old shoes.
Yes, sir.
So appreciate having you on board this year. And I think it's just another opportunity for us to, continue to get better. You want to just fill these guys in a little bit on your background and the things that you've been able to accomplish in your career?
Of course, man. First off, Skip is amazing. I was here. I was actually trying to get a senior year, extra year. And I snuck a couple sessions in with Skip in between while prepping for my pro day. But actually, I love Skip, and I'm just I'm happy to be here to help out, man. I played 5 years in the NFL, but I came through Rutgers via Rutgers. Nook boy, came through Rutgers. I transferred into Rutgers actually after going from Howard. I was at Howard for my first 2 years, then transferred into Rutgers. Played a little bit of a knucklehead, so I only really played 1 year at Rutgers. And I got an opportunity in the pros, man. And unfortunately, I went undrafted, and I went through the back door. I came through the back door, and I fought for 5 years to I stole for 5 years, man. I got me a 5-year career out of it. Thank God I got my pension, you know. So I kind of know how to fight. That's just as an undrafted guy, you just have to learn how to fight. So I know how to fight. I know, and unfortunately, sometimes I had to be into I had to lean into the perfectionism side because, you know, being an undrafted guy, you know, you don't actually get as many opportunities as draft picks do. So I had to make sure I made the most of each opportunity that I got. So it was a different level of stress. So I'm just excited, man. And I took the starting job in Denver and tore my ACL first play of taking the starting job. Game over. So from that point on, I had to try to figure out this thing called life. And I started training NFL. I started training youth players maybe 15 years ago now, man. And it's morphed into something beautiful. I built a company called Pro Edge. I built it with my last $5,000, and we built it up to like it was a pretty good company, man. And you know, recently I just pulled out and I went on my own just to focus on defensive linemen and created a company called All Downs Academy. And I've been training O-line and D-line now for the last 15 years, and it's been a blessing. So now I just want to give back to the arena that gave me so much, you know, and make sure that I can give these young men the information that I've learned. You know, I played for Rex Ryan, and man, that defense is complicated, you know, from a 3-4 to a 4-3 to 5-2. I did it all in one play, in one series. So the goal is just to teach these young men coming into the game and kind of usher it. You know, I never had anyone to usher me into the NFL. So I just want to, you know, be an usher, and I'm happy to do it with Team Test, man. So that's
That's
much.
awesome. That's awesome. Appreciate you, buddy. So pumped to have you. And looking forward to seeing some big things out of you guys this year. So Chris, thank you again for joining the team. You're up, pal. What are your thoughts? Just give us a little background on you and you know, talk to us about some of your successes.
Yeah, so I'm excited to be on board. I've followed you guys on Instagram for years, and I know Rich has been down there, and his boys have trained there. And you know, having evaluated college guys for the Jaguars for a couple of years, I definitely know of athletes coming out of your facility. So that work speaks for itself. But I went to Boston College, second round pick of the Giants, got 10 years in the league, a couple Super Bowls, had some success, and retired for a couple of years and realized that retirement sucks. And, you know, I wanted to get back in the game. So I started evaluating O-line, D-line for the Jacksonville Jaguars, which was a good experience. You know, I got to go through, I was at the Senior Bowls, the East-West games, the Combine. So, you know, I was that guy asking the questions to these prospects. So I think that will come in handy to these kids coming in here because, you know, I have a couple of my old tests that I would give them, the retention tests, and, you know, being able to help them explain what they did offensively in college, stuff like that will be invaluable. So that part of it. And then, you know, as of 3 months ago, I took a job at Boston College where, again, I'm just evaluating high school offensive linemen, but also working with the current linemen and, you know, kind of teaching them, you know, how to watch film and you know, helping them with individual techniques on the field that kind of made me successful as a player. You know, because I'm not the biggest guy. I'm a little bit taller than Rich. We can measure that out if we want, but and you know, not the longest arms, but you know, I feel like you know, if you play with, you know, play hard, play with good angles, you know, and get as strong as you possibly can. I think that you know, overcomes a lot of those other measurables that people are infatuated with. But I'm excited to be on board and you know, get to team up with my old buddy Richie, and you know, we'll bring the SNS show back.
I can't wait for the banter that's going to go back and forth between you two.
There might be a couple fights, so be ready to break us up.
That is fantastic. We'll see if we can get Rich unmuted here. There we go. Richard, welcome back, buddy. It's good to see you.
Yeah, it's great to be back. I forget how many years I've been working with you guys at Test, but I love it, right? I think Chris said it, that he saw my boys working out there. So my own kids work out at Test, and my high school athletes that I coach now work out at Test. And I've been blessed to work with some pretty good offensive linemen over the last couple of years coming through the program. And like both of the coaches have hit it. I just like giving back. I love the game of football. I went to Western Illinois, a free agent coming out. I was blessed to play 10 years with the New York Football Giants. I think I had two of the best offensive line coaches to ever do it with Jim McNally and Pat Flaherty. I had great teammates that are doing a lot of things, still working through the NFL. I got Chris coming back down to help us out. I figured if I can teach Chris how to play football, I could do it to about anybody, right? He did it a little better than I did, making the Pro Bowls and all that good stuff. But hard work, right? I know Coach Jay hit it. Hard work, discipline. The more you know before you get into a NFL camp, the better off you're going to be. The more you're prepared, because you only get one opportunity. My opportunity was the backup right guard, hurt his thumb. He couldn't play in the last preseason game. They moved me from third team right tackle to second team guard, and then the starters didn't play that game, so I got to play a lot, and I made the team. I think opportunities are huge, and you have to be ready to go once you get that opportunity. So I'm excited to help out. I live right down the street, so I am there way too often. But I love that place. It's like family to me, Gare and all those other coaches that are in there. It's fun to be around the guys and help out any way I can.
Awesome. Appreciate that. You're definitely now a staple in the community, especially in the morning classes. They love you.
Right, Kevin? You know that.
Yeah, totally do. All right. A couple things I thought would be valuable for guys that are, that are about to embark on this journey. Some characteristics, like what do you think the top 3 characteristics would be of a player that would make it at the next level? I think those are coming from you guys. What do you think those top 3 would be? Gary, you want to start up?
Yeah. Well, they have to be in some way, shape, or form. Obviously, you don't get at a level being, eating humble pie all the time. But I think being humble throughout your journey and being open to being coached is incredibly huge. The way that you have to approach everything with a little bit of humility and like I said, being humble is in my mind, a huge characteristic of some of the successful players that have come through here. And that would be one. Another, obviously, just resiliency, because coming from a smaller school and then making the jump to the professional ranks, it was tough to lose, because I was just so used to winning every rep and dominating, but everybody's good at that level. So being able to understand that you're going to go through some hardship. So resiliency, humble, and definitely coachability. Like, you have to be able to have a coach come in with certain technique and then be able to absorb that, kind of process that, and relay that on the field. So I would say those 3.
Awesome. How about you, Chris? What would your top 3 be?
To me, it always boils down to hard work. The kid, he's got to want to work, and not just show up and think that counts as working. Like, really push his limits. He's got to be tough, not just physically, but mentally. I kind of saw it towards the end of my run with the Giants. Like, if, somebody's got a bump or something, they just say they can't practice or can't do this or they can't lift, or, if you start accepting those modifications, and, it's just going to keep domino effect. You're going to keep finding more excuses and stuff. So there's got to be toughness to the kid. And then to me, it always was, they have to be passionate. They got to love it. They got to love, showing up at whatever time, working out. They got to love the grind, those 3 things. Cause when you get into an NFL season, that's a grind. And especially if you put as much into it as you should, you gotta be a grinder.
Love it. Jay?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna agree with Chris on most of that, man. Mental toughness, that's one of my first one, man. Being a guy myself that struggled with it. Mental toughness, it's gonna allow you to push your limits. It's gonna allow you to fight through some things. When you line up across from Snee and O'Hara is double teaming you, you know, you can't go and try to get them back after punching him in the ribs a little bit. You can't go get them back the next play like I did and get a 15-yard penalty, you know. Not your rookie year, at least. But, you know, so you have to have some mental toughness there, man, because that'll create the physical toughness. Also, I think confidence, man. Like, I think everybody that was in the NFL locker room believed that they were the guy. Like, if you made it there, you believe that you could be that guy. That confidence is going to give you everything you need, man. If you're in the pros and you're doubting yourself, you're the first one out, you know. And then, I mean, I guess I would say it's so much that you need to actually make this thing go right. You know, it's like the perfect eclipse a lot of people talk about, but competitor, like, if you're not a competitor, what are you doing it for? You know, just, I want to compete. I'll drink you out of water right now. You want to drink a bottle of water? Let's go. Be ready to compete every day. And, you know, if you don't have that, then we can't really help you, you know?
Yeah. That's awesome. Rich.
These guys hit them on the head, right? I think you got to love the game of football. You're going to get pushed to limits you've never been pushed before. And if you don't truly love the game, it's not for you. You have to love everything about it. You have to love working out. You have to love running. You have to love winning, right? You got to be first at everything you do. Tough, right? I think playing on the O-line or D-line, you better be tough, because if you're not tough, you're not going to last long, right? You can't, like Chris said, you can't get nicked up, and you can't be in the training room. You have to stay out of it. You got to find a way to stay healthy. And, you know, the mental toughness, everything these guys said. I think you have to be smart, right? I wasn't the biggest player in the world. We used to take O-line tests every week before the game, and I pride myself in getting the best score every week on that test. I kicked the crap out of Sneeze test scores and O'Hara's, but you have to know what you're doing with your buddies.
Cheating bastard. You know you cheated off me all the time.
And hey, Coach Jay, right, back to your point about, you know, doing that double team. I would have picked O'Hara every day. I would have just went at O'Hara and just stayed off his knee, right? But have the ball.
You're probably right. I love them both, man. They both great guys.
Yeah,
O'Hara was my Rutgers guy. I can't say that.
Yeah. But that's you know, everything that everybody said, right? That's playing football. You have to put it all together, and if you really want to do something bad enough, you'll find a way to get it done, right? So you got to love the game.
Love that. I think the last question that we'll ask and then kind of wrap this up is, you know, I think as a player, considering where they're going to be spending probably the most important 8 weeks of their football career to date, what will you guys be expecting from the athletes that roll in, and what should they be expecting from you? Gary, you want to start us off?
Yeah, quite simply, the all-in mentality. I don't care. This is the combine process. I get it. It's a little bit different, like we spoke about before. It's a little bit different than X's and O's football, and we have to kind of take a different approach with it. Be open to it, but you have to be 100% all in, because I will give everything on the field from a coaching standpoint to you, and I expect the same back. Just, you know, like I said, everything.
Got it. Awesome. Chris.
Yep. I agree with the all-in mentality. They need to be all in. They need to listen. I you know, like being coachable, being open to different techniques and stuff like that. Not saying they have to change it, but we're presenting them with that option. And I think that's important. And then for me, I'm going to harp on the details. I mean, that's kind of what made me who I am. And, you know, to this day, I tell my youth team to get their toes behind the line. We won't do a sprint until they're behind the line. So it's the little things, and that'll go a long way. So I'm big on those little details.
Awesome. How about you, Jabon?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna reiterate what everybody said. Like, yeah, it's I say drop the ego. You know, be open to learn. You know, we all, you know, each level you go up, it's a whole new ball game. You know, so be ready to learn some techniques and some new skills. I know we've all learned different things. You know, just be open to learning something potentially new that can help you. And then, you know, just show up, man, ready to work. And, you know, my biggest thing is I didn't enjoy the process as much as I should have. I was so locked in on trying to get the results that I didn't enjoy the process. So I'm going to try to have fun with my guys, but we're going to work and I'm going to harp on the details. So be ready to be ready to drop the ego and take the little coaching. I'm not criticizing. I'm not trying to break you. I'm just trying to help you get better, because the further you go in this game, you know, Snee, everybody on this call, technicians, and that's the difference. If you one little footstep over here to the right, game over. You know, it literally is that simple. So be ready to take coaching.
Awesome. How about you, Rich?
Be coachable, right? Come in with a good attitude that you want to compete your ass off every day. Just work hard, right? I expect if you're going to be here, spend the time to play in the NFL for a living, right? You have 8 weeks to do everything in your power to be successful when you get your opportunity. So just come in, bust your ass. I'm expecting you guys to never miss a day, never miss a workout, never miss an O-line drill, never miss a D-line drill, never miss the film sessions, right? You know, over the years working with you guys, right, you can tell which guys have it and which guys don't. And I want the guys that have it to show up and bust their ass and to make it level, because I know how rewarding that is to play football. And I will be around as much as you guys need me to be around, right? I literally live 5 minutes down the road. And if in years past, if people want extra work, I'm there for them. They'll come over to my house. We'll talk football. We'll have food, obviously. And, you know,
I need some extra work.
Go ahead.
Got food, right? Steaks. I need some extra work right now.
Listen, yeah, you know, D-line coaches are always invited to, you know.
That's great. The first time that Rich offered to have guys come over his house, he was saying, you know, he needed to actually have that happen because he needed to justify the money that he spent on his basement to his wife. That was the best. That was the best. One last thing between Rich and Chris. So what's that play that pops up every year where Eli's throwing the ball and Tyree catches it on his helmet? I'm pretty sure that's like a big Instagram favorite. Chris, like we hear every year from Rich how significant that play was, but I'd like to kind of hear your point of view, because it's just been, you know, something that's been all over the place, especially from Rich's side. You got any comments on that?
What do you want to hear? That I got a plus on the grade sheet? What do you want to hear?
Snee had a great play.
It's not my fault and not my responsibility to help those guys on the left side if they get beat right away. You know, I had Junior Seau. He dropped in coverage. By the time I looked, they got smoked. I mean, what am I supposed to do?
All right, listen,
man, you got to roll off of that block and go get him.
I got a plus.
Coach Jay, we slid right every play in the 2-minute drill. Junior dropped every single time, so they were sliding to nobody.
Wow.
Right, so Deal and I were singled up on the backside, and they were running a little twist game. And Sean, like, I take some credit for it. I didn't shut up the penetrator too well, but Sean got too deep. Right, that center got too deep. And listen, if it wasn't for us getting beat up front a little bit, that play never would have happened. So who knows?
Listen, they were smart. They attacked our weak side.
Right. That's what we all know what football is, baby. Attack the weak side.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
man, I can't mess with y'all. This is trouble. I can see right now this is trouble.
Let's save some.
We'll save some for the guys. We have a lot of stories to tell. A lot of stories.
Yeah.
Especially when Garrett's in that locker room. I remember that too.
Jesus. All right. Well, let's wrap this up, guys. Thank you so much for your time. We couldn't be more excited to have all of you as part of this team. You continue to make sacrifices, obviously time away from your families to sow into these kids. And it is a journey that I think all of us, even, you know, we've been doing this for so long, like we just have so much support all around us, including everyone in our family. So we appreciate the sacrifices that everybody's making to be here. And, you know, I look at this crew, and if you're a big man right now, I think if we're not in a very high level of consideration in terms of the place where you'd want to train, I'd be surprised. Like we're very honored and blessed to have this crew here. And I just feel like we continue every year to make improvements and try to get better. We're never satisfied with status quo. And we're going to bring our A game every single opportunity we can every day. And these are the guys that are literally going to be working with you. And I thought it was important for you as a player to hear directly from the crew that's right here. I think that's important. It's not just a name, it's not just a brand, it's not, it's not any of that. It's the relationships that you have with your coaching staff, the people that you're gonna surround yourself with to pull the best out of you. And I think this crew is, at some point we're gonna be, I think highly regarded anywhere in the country to have a player come to us. And we've had first round picks, we've had free agents. I think it's more impressive when you get an athlete that doesn't have that pedigree initially, but then all of a sudden lights it up and they're going from an undrafted free agent to a 5th or 6th round pick, or somebody who's rated in that 5th or 6th round and then bumps up to a 3rd or a 3rd to a 1st. Like those are the stories that get us most excited, because those guys earned it, so being in Jersey, it's just what we're all about. And I think those are our roots. It's hard living in Jersey, but it's rewarding. It teaches you hard work. We got a lot of grit. There's a lot of spunk. There's a lot of anger way down deep that drives a lot of this intensity. So would love to work with you guys. These guys are here. They took time out of their day to come talk to you. And I think we would love to see you guys in January, and we're looking forward to the opportunity to work with you. So appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to seeing you guys in January. Take care. Thanks, guys.
Take care. Let's
Okay.
get to the bag, baby.
Appreciate you.